Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shembetsa. Welcome to FNNR, where I review Kenyan content. And today we're going to be looking at Asali by the sultry singer Maya Amolo. First of all, let's talk about the positives. The vocals are pretty bright. The vocals are clear. The vocals are clean. This is an evidence of really good mixing and mastering. Everybody's vocals felt like they were on the same playing field, and that is amazing. I like the fact that nobody felt like they were either too teeny or too harsh or too muddy. Like, we were not taken on a wild ride with the vocals. It's not a point where you listen to Maya Amolo's vocals, you hear she's up here, and then a feature comes in, their vocals are coming from the left ear channel and they're doing their own thing. No, everything felt intentional, everything felt clean, intentional, and that is something I appreciate. And I really need to find new terms to describe mixing and mastering, but for now, let's go with that. Secondly, the production is amazing. The production is one of the strongest suits of this track, of this project. This is an album that comes after Meet Me at the Pregame, and let me just say, this is a very huge step in the right direction. Unlike most other projects, this is a huge leap forward, in that I remember listening to the first project by Maya Amolo, and I was like, it felt like she was still learning the ropes and she was still trying to figure herself out. Trust me, you don't get none of that here. In here, the production, mixing and mastering, everything feels like it was intentional. There's some level of growth artistically, and there's some level of growth professionally, and that is something that I love to see. I don't care if your project is shit. I like growth, and I'm appreciative of Maya Amolo's project and the direction she's going through with it. Next thing, let's talk about the lyricism. The lyricism is something that I feel like was quite strong here. First of all, there are seamless transitions between English and Kiswahili. This is something I didn't expect, but it's done so well. It doesn't feel like a gimmick. That was a problem that was plaguing New Nairobi. Most of the artists used to try and sing in Kiswahili and mix it with English, and it just felt fake. Now, in this case, she does it so seamlessly, you can think it's just natural. It's like second nature. You can think even if you're listening to the same language, and that's amazing. Every time I listen to her singing Kiswahili, I was like, wow, there's something here. Now, the vocals are sultry, there's intentional dynamics. The one thing I realized about Maya Amolo is she's very patient with how she delivers her verses. She doesn't rush it. She's very patient in how she delivers her thought process. She's very patient in how she delivers her lyrics. She's very patient in how she does her intonations and her dynamics. In most cases, you find artists are pretty quick to jump back and forth and do all this, what's it called, lyrical and vocal gymnastics in an attempt to capture everything in one song. But Maya took her time in every song. Every time she comes on, you take the time to listen, and that's because of the way she delivers everything. She doesn't rush it. She is not quick. She's not too hasty. She just takes her time, and that is something that I haven't had in a Kenyan project for a very long time. And this is a real R&B project because of the way the verses are written, the way everything is structured. If you're a hardcore R&B fan, there's a very high chance you'll love this. If you're not a very hardcore R&B fan like me here, you might have a problem, and that's where we get to the problems. Okay, now, the problems of the project. Number one, the production felt monotonous. The producers used one template or one background for all the tracks, and that makes this project feel like it's too long when it's not. That is something I wish that she could have looked into. Going to the next project, I wish that Maya Amolo works with a diverse array of producers in different fields, but who know what she is going for. Because Lucorito's vibe, you can tell by the fifth song, you can tell like, there's some similarity, there's some semblance. There were two main producers who worked on this project, but you can tell like they were borrowing ideas from each other or something, or they had a template that they were going for. Maybe and that makes me feel like they treated this project more like an EP, less like an LP, and that is something that I felt like I was cheated out of. But this is nitpicking at this point. You know what you signed up for. It's an R&B project, and she decided to play it safe. As long as she got all the basics right, this doesn't really matter that much. The next thing I want to talk about is my final thoughts on this project. This is an amazing listening experience. The only problem is sometimes it feels a bit too long because of the production, but this is music that can be played anywhere. You can listen to this with your kids, you can listen to this with your friends, you can listen to this with everybody, and no one will feel like alienated or feel like it's something filthy. You won't have to turn off the volume or reduce whatever every now and then. Maya Amolo captured every single essence in a simple way, and that is another problem I forgot to mention, where I feel like we never got a chance to go from the picnic to the bedroom. Yes, the last song was a bit more mature, but it feels like I wish we had grown moments. Most of the lyrics and most of the verses feel like you're listening to a teenager's Wattpad diary. or a teenager's diary, and that can work for you, that can't work for you, but that's a weak link in the whole project. But it's an amazing listening experience. This was sweet like honey, and I'll admit I'll probably listen to it again at some point in the future, but I'm not a die-hard R&B fan. But if you're a die-hard R&B fan, or you're looking for something sweet, nice, and sultry to spice up your bedroom life or your love life, go listen to Maya Amolo's Maya Amolo's Asali, and let me know what you think. Comments in the description kama kawaida. My social media presence might be a bit low from now on, but I trust you guys to keep the channel running. I'll try my best to be sharing all the information over here on YouTube. If you have any questions, thoughts, and concerns, let me know. Otherwise, see you next week.